Hi, everybody. Welcome to another edition of the Dr. B Show. I am your host, Dr. B. And today on the YouTube exclusive, I interviewed Refugio Atilano, aka Ref. We discussed his Latino Leadership Playbook. And in addition to that, we also discussed in detail his great program. Enjoy. Hi, everybody. Welcome to another edition of the Dr. B Show. I'm here, Dr. B, with the great Ref. Ref, how are you, sir?
Good, man. How are you, Dr. B? It's been a minute, and it's
Yeah.
summer. I see you have your summer attire on, and
I'm tired. Very relaxed. The Mets beat the Yankees yesterday. So
there
I'm
you
all
go.
ear, all smiles today. Right? So all good, all good. All right, man. Let's jump right into it, brother. So you're one of my few folks that have been a two-time guest. So for those who didn't listen to the first episode, tell everyone about yourself.
Yeah, really quickly. Yeah, I'm a Chicago guy, second generation Mexican. I'm in corporate. I'm a corporate guy as well, business coach. I work for AbbVie, which is a global pharma company. I also do a lot for the Latino community, specifically from a development standpoint. Most recently, I developed the Latino Leadership Playbook. I also lead our Latino employee resource group globally for my organization. And now I've created Latino leadership programs based on the concepts of my book. And it's really meant to accelerate the development of Latinos in the workplace. I know today there's a lot of frustration. We're stuck. We're not being heard. We're not being seen. I help blast those barriers with my programming, my book, and everything I do in between.
Awesome. We'll get into that. The reason why I was away from the frame, because talk about this. So
There you go.
tell us about the book.
Yeah, really quickly overview about the book. So it's interesting when I first started thinking about writing the book, and I'm assuming there's some new folks on here. I just want to create a book of insights. I like to learn. Just I always tell my or ask my mentors, tell me what I need to know. And I'll take it from there. So initially, when I was going to write the book, it was going to be a book of insights, almost like cliff notes for leadership. Here's what to do, and here's what not to do. And to be honest, I was hoping to fill 30, 40 pages and be done with it. And basically, as I spoke to different people, I know how impactful stories are. I know how impactful research is. I got the perspectives of 59 business leaders across the world, in addition to my own perspectives. So it's a very well-rounded book, a lot of great insights, and many strong leadership topics like how to advocate for yourself, how to use culture to your advantage, the importance of a strong, influential network. And Dr. B, I know you contributed to that. Communication, collaboration, political savviness, all these really important concepts that in order to accelerate in the workplace, you got to be able to activate in these areas. You got to be good and strong in these areas. And these are the ways, and I show you basically the roadmap to success in elevating your career in an expedited fashion.
Thank you, Raf. Thank you so much. What was the goal? I mean, we got into that in the previous podcast, so just listen to the previous episode. But what were some of the goals with writing the book? Is it exactly to provide a blueprint for Latinos to kind of move ahead? Can you elaborate on that a little bit before we get into
Yeah,
it?
absolutely. Yeah, the goal of the book is exactly that. That's why I call it the Latino Leadership Playbook. It's a roadmap, a blueprint. Here's exactly what you need to do, what not to do. The thing I found out is not everybody buys books. I get it, and that's why I developed the leadership program, which we'll talk about in a second. But it's literally the game plan, right? And I always like to tell the story. I wrote the book as if I was going to give it to my 20-year-old self. I've been through all the, Dr. B, I'm sure you too. We've been through all the failures, and so what better way to show where all the pitfalls are? It's almost like I always tell younger folks too. It's like a video game. You start at the beginning, and I assume some video games still have levels. So if you have to get to level 15 to be the best. I can get you to level 11 quickly. It's almost like this access card, an elevator straight up. And that's exactly what the book is. If you follow this recipe, this guidance, you're going to skip a bunch of levels quickly, and you'll know how to navigate that with meaningful influence and power. So yeah, that's how I approached it.
I love that. I love that. The exact roadmap and blueprint for Latinos to move ahead,
Yep.
and Latinas for that matter. So from the book derived the Latino Leadership Club program series. So tell us the story. How did that come about? Give us a little background about that, and tell us about the series itself.
Yep. As I launched, so for me, the book was step one. I just wanted to get my brand out there, get the book out there. Understanding, again, not everybody's going to buy books. I totally get it, but I wanted to bring the book to life. And the best way, one of the ways, I should say the best way, but one of the ways I thought about this is at the beginning of this year, 2024. I said, let me pressure test a leadership program based on the book. And so I ran a college series. I partnered with 15 colleges and universities, from elites all the way down to, I should say down to, but also including community colleges. So 50, so I had like a group of 25 students, mostly juniors, seniors, and some freshmen. And then I partnered with 15 corporations, some of the biggest corporations in the world based here in the US. And again, the same thing. And so I ran a series. It was basically, we met once a month for 2 hours, and we met on a bunch of topics, and we met for 5 months. We met, 2 hours per month, and we covered things, like I said, how to advocate for yourself, how to use culture to your advantage, aligning everybody on the numbers as far as our voting power, our buying power, as far as from a Latino market perspective and how it's growing. So aligning everybody on that. Then we got into, how to get mentors and sponsors, right? How to be a strong communicator, how to develop a leadership brand. We not only did I cover, I sent videos ahead of time. We read chapters of the Latino Leadership book ahead of time. I provided real life examples. I work a lot with the C-suite, so I went through literally step by step how I go about doing things that have been very successful for me, and so just to provide that real life relevant example. In addition, in the cohort, a lot of the students and the professionals, they enjoyed learning from each other. There's so many different industries, so many different challenges based on those industries, that, or even on the college side, that they that's a part I didn't expect, is they really love the collaboration, the camaraderie, and learning from each other and connecting with each other and supporting each other. All that was an extremely powerful experience. At the end of the day, for me, it's about confidence and skill set, and the numbers. I did a survey at the end of these. Numbers were off the charts. I'm like talking from 0 to 100 type of thing, and so now these things are primed, ready to go live. I'm about to go live August 1st. To broadcast it. I'm doing some work in the background with my marketing team, but program is phenomenal. It will accelerate your confidence. It will accelerate your development potential, and all that imposter syndrome. All that goes away quickly, right? And I know we'll talk a little bit about results focus here in a second, but yeah, I'm excited. I'm proud about the program. I'm excited about the next move.
That's awesome how you and I are very parallel in that the book was only like phase one, right? And this is almost like phase two, right? The next level, right? So same thing happened to me. I wrote the book in 19, my old, which I'm coming soon, book two at some point. but
There you go.
the next step was creating the course, right? So I created a course, which built off the book, and now I actually have a program myself. But it's about you today. so
Yeah, I'm here to support, man. I support everybody. So whatever we can
thanks,
do.
thanks, brother. Hey, before I dive into the program a little bit more, as you know, I'm a networking coach. I have a book course on networking and of course sales and business development. How important is networking to the individuals taking your program, whether it's with each other, whether it's with you, whether it's with other instructors? How important is that networking piece?
Yeah, networking is non-negotiable. If you want to accelerate in a workplace, you need a strong network, period. Yeah, when you have a strong network, specifically within your company, I'm just going to take the company route for a second. Especially as you get, those senior manager, director, senior director positions, you're going to need advocates. You're going to need senior business leaders to fight for your behalf. You're going to need recommendations from them. At that level, when you start applying at that level, everybody's a strong candidate. Literally, every 100% are strong candidates. The things that put you over the top are the things that differentiate you. So who are you connected to? For instance, if you know people in the C-suite, they're going to vouch for you. That is a powerful, that's a powerful element of your ability to land that position. I'm not saying everybody's going to have C-suite, in their network, but that's a great example of it, right? But you want, the way I do it is, I have many relationships across my organization, within my group, outside my group. and it's all very intentional, and it's all very organic. It's, nothing is inauthentic, right? I develop really personal relationships with them. I lean in and see how I can help them. So if they have somebody they want to develop, I'll say, yep, I'll take them under my wing and I'll help them develop their leadership capability as an example. Or you connect with them personally. What do they like? And I find, I've, met VPs who love the 49ers and are my second favorite football team. And we are always, going back and forth on 49er talk, right? Whatever it is, whatever, find those common threads, but make that interaction powerful, meaningful, because there will be a time, hopefully on your roadmap, that you're going to want to go for that next level, right? You want to go for that role. And what better way to do that with some superpower, really senior leaders in your organization fighting for you to get that role? That's the power of network, as an example.
100%. 100%. I agree with you 100%. Thank you for that. Thank you for sharing that.
Yep.
The next the next question is, what does these quotes mean to you? It shows how to create and leverage my leadership brand. It's filled with so many skills that I could use immediately. Other books and programs say, yes, I overcome obstacles, but were vague. Meanwhile, this program and book is very specific and tangible. We're talking about you and your course. What does that mean to you?
Yep. It's very simple. I've read, before I wrote just for a little context, before I wrote my book, as Latinos, we love the stories, right? We love the stories of inspiration. We started here and now we're here, right? Entrepreneurs, business folks, and everybody else in between. And a ton of great stories. And by the way, but they start and end with inspiration. And what I felt what it was missing was like the the step by step, right? For instance, how do I go about getting a sponsor? How do I interact with a senior leader? How do I tell a business story? How do I sell an idea? And how do I put myself in high visibility situations to develop and showcase my brand, right? That's where I come into play, right? I'm not here to be honest, although people tell me it inspires them. I'm not here to inspire. I'm here to help guide, right? I'm a coach. I'm a mentor. I will guide you and I'll show you exactly what to do and in all these kind of business related situations to put yourself in high impact situations. One of the biggest things that I focus on is your leadership brand, which is your personal brand. I focus on leadership brand. And at the end of the day, I want everybody to have a strong leadership brand. And so what does that mean? I'm looking for people who are, passionate, operate with conviction, right? Who are always prepared, who have great vision, who know how to collaborate with teams, who know how to tell a business story, who always have innovative ideas because they do so much research on their business as well as their industry, right? They know what they're talking about. So I'm gonna lean on them for guidance and for subject matter expertise and for ownership and in driving something. And those are just a few examples. So the things we talk about in my course are very tangible. They're very specific, and they're specific in moving the needle, whether moving the needle for your career, moving the needle for your business, or moving the needle for your leadership brand. But anyhow, so that's what I mean. We go from the stories, but into really specific examples.
I love it. People love stories, but also love examples, and also those examples of stories they can relate to themselves or see themselves in that story, which is awesome, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So you have another cohort coming up in September, right? Tell us a little bit about that and what does it entail? I skipped the question, but give us a peek of let us know how long is the program, 4 weeks, 8 weeks, 12 weeks, 16 weeks. Let us know about that, and then obviously roll into the next question. Tell us about the next cohort September. I just basically put two questions in one.
Yeah. The program is 5 months, so we meet once a month for 5 months, and the reason it is very intentional. I can come in like for 2 days and we can go through a bunch of topics and then good luck. But what I want to do is I set the program up like that because I want to see the development over time. One of the things going into a program is there's an expectation of results. Almost like if you have a job, there's an expectation that you perform, right? And you have to get results towards your whatever your goals are. Same thing here. We're expecting either you get a promotion or you're promotion ready, right? Where you're expecting you either get a sponsor or your sponsorship ready because all this takes time. But you will be promotion ready, you'll be sponsorship ready at least at the bare minimum. Or if you get a lateral position, we want to make sure you're on a path towards that. We want to make sure you have an influential network, to your point. So mentors, sponsors, But VP and above, we're looking for senior level folks who are influential. Mentors, I'll be, under that, to me, that doesn't count as much. I mean, anybody can get that. But if you're landing these influential, high level, high powered mentors, VP and above, those who eventually become sponsors, that's what's going to accelerate your career. That's what opens up doors for you, right? I'm looking for, you to take on leadership roles. For instance, you're an ERG leadership role and not a pillar. I'm talking about a global lead, a national lead, right? Those are the things that get you visibility. Those are things that put you in a position to add impact for your organization. So very results focused, very targeted results focused, and we hold each other accountable for those results. So at the beginning of every session, we talk about what we achieved. And so you can't just show up and say, well, I didn't do anything. Not, unless something and trust me, life happens, I get it. But the people in our cohorts, they're achievers, high achievers, and we expect results. And at the end of this, the more results you get, the stronger leader you are, and it sets you up for success for the long term.
I love it. Thank you, man. Thanks, brother. Thanks for that analogy for that description. The goal of the program, is it like an extension of the book? Is it the same to kind of help folks move ahead, but more of an implementation type thing, it seems, or accountability for that matter? Can you elaborate on that a little bit?
Yeah, it's activating the book concepts. At the end of the day, my goal is to increase representation of Latinos in the workplace at all levels, not just senior levels, but even middle management and senior middle management levels. In order to do that, we have to do something differently. This is that something differently. This is the barrier buster for Latinos, 100%. And even, my program is $2,500, 4 to 5 months, for the 5 months, not 4 to 5 months. And it's a full money back guarantee. If I don't transform you into a strong leader that's sponsorship ready, promotion ready, and all these other things I spoke about, you get all your money back. But I guarantee that I will get you there. 100% of my students get there.
I love it. I asked you this question last time on the show, as far as a breakdown of CEOs, right? Obviously 70, almost close to 80% is white, Hispanic or Latino CEOs out of the Fortune 500 is close to 8%. Do you think your program will be a dent or eventually be a dent into helping Latino CEOs have more us representation in the Fortune 500 space? That's basically my question.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the goal of this. I think it's 100%. And I'm not saying everybody's going to be CEO, but we're going to fill that talent pipeline with strong leaders. And I guarantee many of those strong leaders are going to be making their way up to the CEO positions.
Yeah, it makes kind of like what you said last time, right? Where more of our people in middle management, essence, push more people to the C-suite, as eventually we'll have that CEO. We have folks like you and I at the CEO level, correct?
Yeah, if you think about today, it's like a trickling faucet of talent. Barely drip, drip, drip. Right? There's not many of us, even at my level as director level. There's not many of us with this type of program and others. Right? There's a lot of great programs, but this one in particular, this is going to open that faucet. Right? It's going to literally flood the talent pipeline with great, strong Latinos. And when you have that, we have way more opportunities to get some CEOs in those positions.
Where can people find more information about the program, the book?
Yeah, absolutely. So the book is on Amazon. So the Latino Leadership Playbook. Also on my website, refugioatilano.com. And the program information will be there next week. So I apologize. On 8/1, it'll be there. So my marketing team's working on it. However, if you are interested, contact me directly on LinkedIn. I'll make sure you're set up. We have a cohort starting in September. It'll be a cohort of 40. I think we got about 10 people already pre-identified even before I launched this thing already. But if you're interested, let me know. Contact me. I would love to have a discussion to see if it's the right fit for what you're trying to achieve.
Thank you, Raf. Thank you for being on my show once again. We took an even deeper dive into the book and your program. So thanks for being on my show once again.
Absolutely. Thank you, Dr. B, and looking forward to chatting again.
Raf Atilano, everybody.
Okay, bye-bye.
Hi, everybody. Hope you enjoyed that episode of Refugio Atilano, aka Ref. We spoke about the book. We spoke about the program. We spoke about networking. So please, I hope you enjoyed it. Give us a like, subscribe to the podcast, subscribe to YouTube, and see you soon. Take care.